So today I want to talk about recording sound check and how I go about making sure that the sounds I'm capturing are good sounds. You can go about this one of two ways. Ideally, you would want to do your sound check in a separate room from where you're recording. That way, the sounds in the recording room are completely isolated from your mixing room. That's not always the case. You know, I've had to record in a bedroom with headphones, and isolating headphones are probably the second best bet. It's best to record and then listen back and check and then make any mic adjustments that you may need to make. Unfortunately, that takes a long time to do. If you are in a situation where you have to use headphones and you don't have a separate room, I recommend that you use these Vic Firth, what are they? Vic Firth drum isolating headphones for drums. So that would be the best approach if you don't have a separate monitoring room. So let's say you're in a situation where you do have a separate monitoring room. I have that situation here. I have an office which is approximately 50 feet away from my garage space. So I had to figure out how to run cables that far, and that presented a different set of problems. If you get a 50-foot mid-grade cable, I assume it's going to cost you a pretty penny, and then multiply that by the number of tracks you want to record. A minimum, let's say 12 tracks for the way that I have it set up right now. That gets pretty expensive pretty quick. So this is what I found. Well, what I did, since I'm a DIY guy, I took 3 of these. These are the Lux Ethernet, DMX over network cable extender. So for each Cat5 cable, you get 4 inputs. I tied all these together. I took off the plates. They have plastic plates on each side, and I took 3 of them and got this aluminum plate and drilled the screw holes where they need to be for each of them, and just took the screws that were in there and just put them in. Now I try to set this as close as I can to the drums so that my microphone cables are not that long. However, my cat cables are long, but they're only $20 a piece. These were $50 a piece. This helped to alleviate that issue of having to buy so many cables for that cable run. However, you do have to buy 12 cables for wherever your other space is if you're recording 12 inputs. And an additional 12 smaller cables to go to your interface or your mixer / interface. That's where it comes in handy to be able to solder your own cables. A soldering iron that is capable of doing that is between $20 and $40, and the amount of money you save by buying long cable and then soldering them yourself is pretty significant. So the next part of the issue there is, okay, you have your cable runs ran, you have all your inputs into your interface, but you have to run back and forth to get your microphones moved in the right place. And that is, that's the conundrum there. You need a Thunder Buddy. And if you can find one who can help you mix or help you move the microphones and you can communicate back and forth, it will make your life a whole lot easier. I know we're all in bands, and there's at least 3 of you, if not 4 or 5, or if you're Slipknot, 9. So I think it's important to find the other person in your band that can help you the most with that situation. Have them watch these videos and understand the mic positions and why they are where they are and what they do when you move them around. So work together to try to be on the same page and expedite this process. So yeah, that's the most ideal way of going about getting your recording sound check correct. I think it's very easy to just set your microphones up and just hope for the best, because you're getting sound and you're setting your levels, and it's okay, that's great, but then you end up with bad takes and bad tracks that you have to try to salvage in post, and that's not ideal. That's not the approach that you want to take. So hopefully this is helpful. Yeah, if you have any questions about it, like I said, I'll put the links in the description, and yeah, see you next time.